Okay, thank you so much. We are resuming, and just our topic for the final life after school. So today I will just ask Mr. Dan again, how does one discover their purpose after graduation?
You only discover your purpose once you realize what you want. Before you know what you want, you not realize the reason why even you are alive. So you must always know that, what do I want in life? The moment you want that, then you now start setting your goals, and whatever you move towards your goal.
This is what you want. Should you just start realizing it while you are still in school, or you want to realize that after graduation?
You know, the Kenyan system of education, it was made that you only discover yourself after Form 4. Because you get that you want to be a pilot, then you realize that you're not able to do the subjects combination that can make you a pilot, then you change your mind again. So that's why you get that in Kenya, you only choose a career after Form 4.
But don't you think, like, those time back, people were just saying, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a teacher, just because they see those people around. They didn't know what is in themselves. They're just seeing, like, this is a teacher, I want to be a teacher, this is a doctor, I want to be... But within themselves, they are not realize what they are capable of doing.
You know what people always forget, that pilot is just like a driver who drives planes. There are so many well-paying jobs that were even more than the pilot. But the only thing that people do, people wanted to do things that they imagine that are so precious and they have titles. You see that? So when you look at life that you want to talk about what people say, then it becomes very difficult. So the only thing that you can do, you cannot choose a career, because like you, even in Kenya, even in the CBC, you see that people choose, then when the results come, they are given another 1 week to change. It means that in Kenya, people only change their mind depending on the results that they have. So you cannot choose something that you want to do this, because you never know what comes.
Yes, okay. And Mr. George, is it okay for someone to change a career?
That is perfectly okay. I mean, changing a career, you do what you're comfortable with and what you have ambitions for. If you realize that one area is not befitting you, it's the prudent alternative is to take another different route. Again, but I wanted to say that I think realizing oneself isn't after Form 4. For me, I feel that we were only not given enough mentorship. Otherwise, what somebody intends to do is purely a subject of discussion at high school. Because that's when subjects combinations are chosen and everything is chosen. So I really believe that we only lacked good mentorship to enable us choose career path that we required at Form 4. Because it was kind of hidden with the educational system that we had then. Unlike currently that it is now quite exposed to the educational system. So after Form 4, then you would then translate into the course, or rather the career path that you practically decided to choose at Form 4 level. But I don't know, like you asked, it is not wrong to change a career. In fact, some people choose career at primary level unknowingly, or rather the shout out that Dan has said, titles that come with job titles probably, and then at Form 4, at high school, they also realize that, okay, fine, for me to become this kind of people, I need to do these subject combinations, and then probably they are not good at them, so they have to change to different lines. Then after results, Form 4, you realize that the results do not favor whatever line you chose, so you have to again jump to a different line. You go to campus, you realize that the first year, the course you chose was not right. Actually, Dan sets us as a good example, who was called to education, but then he changed depending on what he wanted to do. So changing career has no problem, so long as at the end of the day, whatever you choose guarantees you life that you require.
Okay, that's very nice. Because me, I was on the same point of mentorship and also career guidance. So as you look at the current education system which has been introduced, do you think that, Mr. Dan, do you think that it encompasses all this? The career guidance and also mentorship?
All those things are not there, because those things they require personalities and also heavy investment in terms of capitals. You know, like right now, you get that teachers are teaching CBC, and even some of them they don't even understand.
So just to cut you short again, you want to tell me that we are still going to make the same mistake we made with the other system? Because the other system, most of the people do complain, including myself, that we were not properly mentored and we didn't have a career guidance. Even sometimes I do say, like, the course which I took, I didn't like just take it willingly. It is just something I just selected.
You know, like last time you saw that when the results was released, there was this thing that there was no ranking. You get that there are some schools who came even in groups and they ranked these students, and even they managed to rank them as per the country and what. So when you look at that, Kenya will even make a terrible mistake than even the one that they had made before. Because one, the parents, they don't understand that there is there is this thing, that there is no ranking, there is no competition. Everybody is supposed to decide what he wants. Like right now, if you take your child to school and tells you, I want to be a mechanic, what will your father tell you? Your father will be very disappointed, man, and he will even say you can even become a mechanic without this. So it means that your education will learn at that particular point. So in Kenya, the only thing that we don't want is that the parents don't want to understand that the kids are different, but they want all of them to be the same.
Okay, right. So, Mr. George, I think maybe this is now, we are coming to the final end of the reality after school. And I would just like to just request you to also to give your parting shot to the young students who are about to graduate or who have just graduated. So maybe what you can just tell them, maybe when they are now going to face the reality of the outside world.
Well, before I give my parting shot, I think I'll take a couple of minutes, you'll forgive me. Well, on the CBE question that you asked, I think I have a different perspective. I feel it is the right educational system. The only thing that now the government needs to do is a bit of one is capacity building, especially for the teachers, to ensure that teachers also understand deeply what the curriculum contains and what is required of them. Other than teaching, they can then be able to give more guidance, more proper mentorship to these students. Another thing is a bit of sensitization for the parents, so that they understand that education does not only come with the light courses and the light professions. They need to understand that other than the lightness of these courses, there are also some other courses that also give more or less the same end game results, which is money, as much as the light courses that we know. So they need to be slow on the kids and understand their children better, understand what they prefer, what they are good at, and then nurture what comes out of them willingly other than what is forced on them. Having said that, in terms of my advice to the current students or those that are stepping out is that going to school is not the measure of success, or rather it's not basically a way out of situations, especially poverty for that case. But I'd say putting in effort after that school is what differentiates you from somebody who's yearning for success and somebody who's just there to achieve academic papers. Life after school is a bit tough. As a graduate, as continuing student, one thing is that you need to align yourself with the people that will benefit you, people that will give you more insight, will mentor you. If you are a continuing student, look for people who have probably achieved not so much, but probably even a bit, who have navigated the life and understand it well. Because I have had a couple of students that probably I solely, I would say, mentoring, but you realize that whatever they learn in school and whatever the work requires are completely different. It's like night and day. A student who cannot very well project their skill set in a CV, and currently most employers look for skill set, they don't look for papers or what you have done. Well, you have done chemist, BSc chemist, but then they are looking, have you worked in a lab setup? Do you know how to measure COD, BUD? Do you know how to do probably aflatoxin test and all this? Do you know what those things encompass? Do you know the reagents that are there? So a student should know how to tailor themselves for the job market, rather than to give us a sophisticated CV indicating where they studied and high school and all that. That will not give any impact complete to an employer. So I think that has been a great challenge again to students. But then another thing is giving up. Most students give up way too early. They think that having completed school, you send 4 applications and then you are hired, which is contrary, I mean, totally different from the reality. Because you will send over 100 applications, but then you never give up. At some point, one will come through. And then lastly is expectation. And most people feel like once they've gone to universities, then their salary expectation should be way above 6-digit figure, or maybe a good strong 5-digit figure, which is not the case in the current system that we have. My advice is that let them start to learn to start small. Probably learning to start small will elevate you much more better than having to wait for a bigger offer that might not come at the end of the day. Otherwise, I wish them very best, and tell them to align themselves, be brave, and focus and face the world. They will be successful.
Thank you so much. Mr. Dan, you are parting shot.
Because much has been said, I will only tell them, follow your heart and do what you are supposed to do. Do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dan. And from my side, I will just say, like, you find like some people are very successful outside school, and some people are successful with school. Don't be demoralized. Just go to school, just learn your course, know where you are headed to. Don't be discouraged that going to school, even it will lead to a lot of struggle. No, just go to school and know your purpose very well, and this one will make you will become successful. But don't be discouraged with the simple things in life. Just be focused, and you will be successful. Because most of the employers, and even your own employment, it will require value addition. So just know where you bring in the value, and you'll be successful in whatever you do, whether self-employed or when you are employed. So thank you so much. We are winding up our podcast for today, and thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.